Leo checked the dirt again. Same as yesterday. Same as the day before, just dirt. Everyone else's garden was already growing. And Leo's patch? Nothing. He had done everything right, everything. So why was he the only one being left behind? 6 weeks ago? Leo chose his seed carefully. A marigold, bright orange, his favorite color. He dug a small hole, not too deep, not too shallow. He placed the seed in gently, covered it with soil, watered it carefully, then stood back and smiled. He was sure something would happen by morning. He was completely sure. Morning came. Leo ran to the garden before he brushed his teeth. He looked at his patch. Dirt, just dirt. Okay, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow came, more dirt. The day after, still dirt. Meanwhile, next door, Ria's roses were already opening. Across the lane, Rahul had planted sunflowers. They seeds were sprouted. Leo looked at his patch again. He had started the same week as Rahul, the same week. Same soil, same water. So why was Rahul's growing and his was not? Something tight settled in his chest. He did not have a name for that feeling yet, but it did not feel good. By the second week, Leo was checking 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon, evening. He added more water. Maybe it was thirsty. The third week was the hardest. Rahul's sunflowers were now taller than Rahul's legs. And that was hurting Leo the most. Daddy found Leo one evening, sitting beside his patch, staring at the dirt. Daddy sat down beside him. She did not say, "Be patient." She did not say, "It will come." They just sat together. Leo and Daddy, and the patch of dirt. Then Daddy picked up a small handful of soil, looked at it, put it back, and said quietly, "Leo, do you know what is happening in there right now?" Daddy thought for a moment. Then she said, "Leo, do you remember learning to ride your bicycle?" Leo nodded. "Were you good at it on the first day?" "No," said Leo. "I kept falling." Daddy smiled. "And on the days you were falling, were you learning anything?" Leo thought about it. "I think so," he said slowly. "Yes," said Daddy. "Every time you fell, your body was learning. Your hands, your legs, your balance, all learning. Even though you could not see it. Even though it just felt like falling and falling and falling." Leo looked at the dirt. "So the seed is like that?" "Exactly like that," said Daddy. "It is learning underground, getting stronger, getting ready. You cannot see it. But it is happening." Leo was quiet. Then he said, "Daddy, what if I had given up on the bicycle? On the day before I finally learned?" Daddy looked at him. "You would never have known how close you were." Leo looked at his patch of dirt. He thought about the day the bicycle stopped wobbling, the day his feet just knew what to do, the day he rode all the way to the end of the lane by himself. He would never give up that memory, not for anything. He looked at his seed and decided something quietly. Not today. He was not giving up today. A few days later, Leo almost gave up again. He stood over the patch with his small trowel, ready to dig the seed out. Not to check this time, to stop. Rahul's sunflowers were waving in the wind across the lane, tall and bright and impossible to ignore. Leo looked at his dirt, then at the trowel, then at the dirt again. He thought about what Daddy said. The bicycle. What if I had given up one day before? He put the trowel down, not because he felt sure, but because he decided to try one more day. Just one more day. On the 38th day, Leo almost did not check. He was tired of checking, but habit made him look. And there it was, the smallest thing in the world, a tiny green tip, just barely poking through the soil, like it was testing the world before deciding to come out. Leo got very close, his face near the ground. It was real. It was actually there, looking at this tiny green thing that had been growing in secret for 38 days. And something happened in his chest. Something warm, something quiet, something that felt like, oh, there you are. Daddy came to the garden that morning. Leo pointed at the tiny green tip. He said nothing. Daddy looked at it, then looked at Leo, and smiled. 38 days of nothing above the ground, but underneath 38 days of everything. Growing in the dark, getting ready for the light. Leo understood something then. Just because you cannot see it does not mean it is not happening. A few weeks later, the marigold opened. Bright orange, exactly the color Leo had chosen. It was beautiful. But here's the thing Leo noticed. The plant was not the only thing that had grown. In those 38 days of waiting, Leo had grown too. He had learned to sit with not knowing. He had learned to keep going when nothing was showing. He had learned that some things cannot be rushed, cannot be checked into happening. They just need time and one more day, decided one day at a time. Rahul's sunflowers were beautiful. Ria's roses were beautiful. Leo's marigold was beautiful too, and it had arrived exactly when it was ready. Not one day before, not one day after. Exactly on time. Have you ever felt like you are doing everything right but nothing is happening? Like everyone else is growing and you are still just waiting? That feeling is real, and it is hard. But here is what Leo learned. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not being left behind. You are growing roots, and roots take their own time. So keep going and keep growing.